I just see that Kofi Adams has just taken his position behind the main podium and is about to address the gathering there. I want to go live and listen to Mr. Adams as he addresses the gathering at the NDC headquarters.
Good evening to all of us.
All that you have to say, you are fully protected.
We are here this evening, and many will be wondering why we will not wait till tomorrow before speaking to you and speaking to lovers of democracy and those who care about this country. And we tell you this is a matter that you cannot sleep over. This is a matter that we need to let everybody know. People who love Ghana and those who care about the progress of this country, people who care about the democracy we have all sacrificed and worked for, especially if you are counting and looking at the democracy of this country, the NDC's contribution is huge. We learned with shock and, of course, sadness, the decision of President Akufo-Addo to terminate or dismiss the chairperson of the Electoral Commission and the two deputies this evening. This has come after the bastardization of many other institutions. We are all very much aware that the genesis of this process started with faceless persons who were willing or who didn't want to disclose their identities. And as we speak today, many of us, lovers of democracy, do not know even these petitioners. We were told by the president that he was just a conveyor belt of petitions. And so any petitions that come before him, he will forward it. But I'll prove to you that that is not the case. Because we are very much aware that there are other petitions before His Excellency, more than 3 months old petitions before His Excellency, against the Chief Justice of this country that has not also been forwarded like he did. If he claimed that it's a conveyor belt, then he should have served as a conveyor belt for this one also. We will, as a political party with other parties, be meeting tomorrow and to give even much more detailed information about what it is that we will be doing on this matter. But even as we wait for that meeting, we demand almost immediately that they must give us reasons for which they think that the chairperson of the Electoral Commission and the two deputies stand indicted and should be removed from office. It is very clear that this government that has so far failed, for me, it is not failing. Today, I read an article that somebody said the MPP government is losing the fight against corruption. They have lost the fight already. Yes. They have failed already. Ghanaians everywhere you pass are saying this government, we will see its back in 2020. So they attempt, and they fear for which reason they have set out to remove an arbiter of our elections and the two deputies so as to allow them to continue their rigging machinery. Ghanaians will not allow that to happen. We will resist any attempt. Yes. And we have already given that indication. Sure. And that was why we told them about the National Identification Authority that is issuing Ghana cards, that you cannot decide to say that you want to issue cards to 30 million Ghanaians and use identification model that covers only 7 million. And we are going to continue to insist that the voter ID card, which is legitimately acquired and given to Ghanaians, becomes part of the identifiers for registering Ghanaians for Ghana cards. We are also very much aware that as part of these processes to even rig the elections and the introduction of the issuance of this card, they have engaged in acts of transferring officers they perceive will be neutral and work for the sake of the country, who are working with birth and death registry, moving them from places to other points where they will not be involved in the issuance of birth certificates. If you don't have any plans to rig the elections, you would not be doing all these things that you are doing. Tomorrow, the anger of the people will be shown on the streets. Patriots of the land, towards a secure future, development our goal. From victory unto victory, the NDC shall live. A stable democracy, Ghana, our central unity. From victory unto victory, the NDC shall live. A stable democracy, Ghana, our central unity. Chobwe, as I said earlier, they have bastardized every institution that you have in this country. Indeed, President Akufo-Addo and Vice President Bawumia and his people have a termite mentality.
Thank you.
Termite mentality. Termite destroy and think that they are building. What they have done is to destroy what we have built over the years. But we will not sit for them to continue the destruction. No way. They have destroyed various ministries. The civil servants have complained. CLOSACs have issued letters. They have issued threats. They have done nothing about it. We will not allow them to extend their destructions to institutions like Electoral Commission. That destruction must not be extended to the Electoral Commission. This is an institution that we will religiously guide and protect. And we are calling on civil society, the religious leadership of this country, all of them, not to sleep. Not to sleep. Our chiefs, our queen mothers, all of them, nobody should sleep on this matter. We must all rise and speak that enough is enough. Enough is enough. They have done enough destruction. We will not allow them to continue with this destruction. Tomorrow morning, as you have all planned, we will all meet at Obrasport. We will all meet at Obrasport to continue. All other parties will be present, and there we will say other things that we have to say. We thank you so much for coming, especially the media, for coming to cover this, and you must let this go to the whole world. Let the world know that Akufo-Addo and his appointees are destroying this country. They are failures, and we will not allow that to happen.
Please, the three stations.
So you just listened to the national organizer of the National Democratic Congress, Mr. Kofi Adams, addressing the gathering at the NDC headquarters. If you're just joining us, a number of things have happened tonight, starting with the breaking news that the president, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has removed from office Charlotte Osei and her two deputies, Amadou Sule and Jojono Poku-Amankwa. That press conference you just listened to there is an official NDC reaction to that particular press conference. Let's go.